Chapter 18, Lesson 2, Multiplying Fractions by Whole Numbers. This is very similar to fractions times fractions. The only problem is, well, let's look at the steps of success. Make the whole number a fraction. The whole number is your numerator and your denominator is 1. Step 2 would be multiply across. The numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator, and then simplify the fraction. Or we could do it this way. Make the whole number a fraction. The whole number is your numerator and the denominator is 1. Cross simplify the numerator and the opposite denominator, and or the denominator and the opposite numerator. Then we multiply across and simplify if needed. Now if those words were a bit confusing, just relax and let's do some problems. So let's take a look here. We've got 1/3 times 18. Now just like when we multiplied by decimals, my answer is going to get smaller. And I'll tell you why in just a minute. So first thing I did is I made my whole number a fraction. So I put 18 over 1. Then I like the second method of simplifying first. So I can't simplify the 1 and the 1 because they're already 1s. Could I do the 3 and the 18? Well, I don't know. I have to go back to my divisibility rules that we learned a while ago. 1 plus 8 is 3, or I'm sorry, excuse me, 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 is divisible by 3, so therefore 18 is divisible by 3. So I can simplify the 3 and the 18. I'm going to divide them both by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 18 divided by 3 is 6. Then I multiply across. 6 times 1 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. Now 6 over 1 is not an acceptable answer in 5th grade math, so what we're going to do is we're going to simplify. 6 divided by 1 is 6. So let's try 2/5 times 10. First thing we do is we make my whole number, which is 10, into a fraction. All I do is put it over 1. Right. Can I simplify the 2 and the 1? No, I can't. Can I simplify the 5 and the 10? Yes, I can. I'm going to divide them both by, if you said 5, you're correct. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So now I can multiply across. 4 times 2 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. And 4 over 1 equals 4. So go ahead and give the video a pause. And you try 6 9s times 12 and 7 10s times 6. So if you had 8 as an answer, you'd be correct. So what I did is I made 12 a fraction, multiply across. 6 times 12 is 72. 9 times 1 is 9. 72 divided by 9 is 8. Now if we took a look at it this way, if I simplify 6 times, or I'm sorry, I can't simplify the 6 and the 1, but I can simplify the 9 and the 12 if I divide them both by 3. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 6 times 4 is 24. 3 times 1 is 3. 24 divided by 3 is 8. So you see I get the same answer. So it just depends on this one. Wasn't that much of a difference in the two because both of these were basic facts, and you come up with 8 either way. So let's take a look at this next problem and see how we did. Again, I did not cross simplify here. 7 times 6 is 42. 10 times 1 is 10. 42 divided by 10 is 4 2/10. And then now I've got to simplify the 2/10 to be 4 1/5. Now you'll notice that I just didn't do 4 2/10 equals 1/5, because that's like saying I've got $4.20 and then saying I have 20 cents. Now you need to write your whole number over again as well. Just a little reminder. So now if I do the same problem with cross simplification, I can simplify the 6 and the 10. I divide them both by 2 because they're even numbers. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 7 times 3 is 21. 5 times 1 is 5. So then you divide 21 divided by 5 and you get 4 1/5. So you notice that I get the exact same answer on both problems. It's just, in my professional opinion, it's easier to simplify first than second. Why? 24 and 3 21 and 5 are a whole lot smaller than 42 and 10, 7 and 9. So my division gets a little bit easier. Hold your horses. Don't get too excited. Just relax for a minute, okay? You're looking at a bunch of circles, some colored, some uncolored. Let's relax. Let's talk through this. Let's try not to cram the whole elephant in our mouth at once. Let's take one bite at a time. So first thing I need to do, what fraction of the circles are shaded? Well, I can see the circles are broken up into fourths because there's one group, two groups, three groups, four groups. Okay, so we're going to have 3/4 times how many circles are there all together? Well, 4, 8, 12. There are 16 circles altogether. So there's my multiplication problem. 3/4 times 16. Put it over 1. Well, can I simplify? 3 and the 1 can't do, but I can simplify the 4 and the 16. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 1 times 1 is 1. 12 over 1 equals 12. Very good. Now, let's count how many circles are shaded. 4, 8, and 12. So that's how multiplying a fraction times a whole number is demonstrated visually rather than just doing it on the paper, just plugging away at it. This is how you would draw it or color it or shade it. So give the video a pause. Why don't you try this one and then unpause it and see how you did. So what we have 1/2 is shaded times the 6 circles there are. I made 6 a fraction. I can simplify. Divide by 2. 2 over 1. If I divide correctly, it'd be even better. Everybody makes mistakes. Alright, so 6 divided by 2 is 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 divided by 1 is 3. So as you can see, I have 6 circles altogether. 3 of them are shaded, and that's how I came up with my answer. Here's your bell work for tomorrow. Okay, we've got 2 whole numbers times fractions and 1 diagram. So good luck, have a good night's sleep, and we'll see you tomorrow.